Hello, everybody. Are we live? I don't trust. Maybe I have a little PTSD from all the false starts I've had over the past few days, but it looks like we're actually live. Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy day 20, I think, or 21. We're somewhere in there. Just making sure all my bells and whistles are turned off. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Kat. Hi, Ida. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Hey, Kenny. We're on day 20. Wow, that's amazing. Um, Hello, how are you? We're going to play a little game today called Can I Finish Speaking Before My Bladder Needs Attention? I had so much coffee this morning and a ton of water already. So I do have to go to the bathroom a little bit, but it's not at like emergency levels yet. Maybe this is TMI. I don't know. I promised you that I was going to show up and share whatever I had wherever I was. And this is where I am this morning. So if you see me suddenly kind of doing this and like unceremoniously just say, okay, goodbye, then that means the bladder won. But I have a feeling that I'm going to be okay. As we've been talking the past couple of days about honoring the wisdom of the body and listening to the body and trusting the body. I trust the body and I'm listening to the body. I'm just not sure if the body is quite at the point where it really needs what it says it needs. These are the kind of games I play with myself, ladies and gentlemen. Like this is the life. This is the life. Thank you, Kenny. Yes, please hold space for my bladder. It feels seen. It just wants to be acknowledged. My bladder isn't out to get me. It just has some ideas that I'm not aware of, and I just need to sit and talk to my bladder. Oh, hi, everybody. How are you? Day 20. So this is the countdown, right? We're at like 10 to including today. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep, we have 10, including today. We're on the official countdown. Like I've been saying, I have no idea what day 30 is going to bring or mean. I have no expectation. That's not true. There's part of me that's expectant, although, like I was saying yesterday, it doesn't know what it is expecting. But what will happen on day 30? Who knows? What will happen in the meantime? Who knows? Frankly, I'm not too concerned about it, right? I just decide that yes, Allie, it's going to be like the Ace of Cups. A cup is just going to appear out of the ether, the hand of God giving me the cup. I'm so happy to hear that, Elizabeth. I'm just really happy to be back in this space where it's just a joy to connect. And I love knowing that so many of you are getting so much value out of this. And I think that, what I'm reminded of is the importance of, we could call it community, but I don't really even understand that word anymore. I think we've misused community to the point that no one really understands what it means. But to be able to create a space for gathering, a place where people can connect, a place where people can show up as they are, no expectations, no exclusions, no requirements. You just get to be. You just get to be. And I am reminded over and over of the importance of that. Spaces where we don't have to defend ourselves or explain ourselves, right? And I understand, as someone who in the early part of this life had a lot of experiences of insecurity and self-doubt, and I've been talking a lot about gaslighting myself, and how we often do that, and gaslighting myself out of ideas or beliefs or dreams or desires, and to just be in this place where I don't feel like I have to explain myself or defend myself. And not that not that I was ever feeling that, but there is this trauma response, the over explaining, right? The needing to justify, or the feeling like you have to justify your reasons or justify your opinion or justify your perspective or justify what you want to do or your actions or your choices. And it's just really, really lovely to be in that place where no one is required to justify or explain anything. And, what's interesting just from my perspective is to watch the ebb and flow of people who are showing up consistently, either to the lives or to the replays. And it's an interesting thing to observe how it appears to me that there are people who in the beginning, just using this 30 days as sort of an example, right? We can use this as a case study, like a slice of reality or a slice of an experience. There are people who I think really understood where I was coming from in the beginning, right? That dark night of the soul that I was talking about, that like what the WTF is actually happening, like, what the hell? And I think a lot of people felt connected to that. I think a lot of people showed up in support of that, just saying, oh my God, me too. I'm with you. You're not alone, which is lovely. And then I think some people came here expecting answers. And I understand that. Why wouldn't you expect an answer? Why wouldn't you come to, a channel such as this expecting that I might have answers for you? And what I've been saying, especially the past couple of years, is I don't have answers. I have my answers. I have my questions. I have my discoveries. I have my remembrances. I have my own activations, and I have my own ways that I have, found or rediscovered that help me navigate through stuff. And I am always happy to share my own recipes, my own solutions, my own understandings, my own knowings, but there's no guarantee that that's going to work for you. And I think what I realize more and more, and the deeper I get into this journey and this life, the clearer it becomes that another person's answers, while certainly we may be, certainly we may have a sense of like, oh yeah, they're going to have the answer. They're going to help me figure it out. They're going to tell me what the solution is. They're going to solve the puzzle or unlock the door. But then if someone unlocks it for you, it's not your process of learning. It robs you of your journey of remembrance. When someone does it for you, it robs you of your own experience of discovery, right? It's really understanding that how I look at it is my spirit guides. Let's just, we'll simplify this for the sake of the discussion, right? Think of your spirit guides, my spirit guides, anybody's guides. They're a guide. They're not a proxy. They're not doing it for you. And I used to get so mad and angry at my guides, especially in the beginning, and still occasionally in times of real intense pressure, though the tantrums, I don't really go there anymore, but I used to. And the sense of like, just fucking tell me, give me the answer, tell me where to go, tell me what to do, and I'll do it. Give me the direction, give me the order, give me the dream, whatever. And I never understood until recently, the past couple of years, I've really begun to see their job is not to do it for me. A spirit guide is not a being that is here to just do your homework that you don't want to do, right? Or take care of the things that you don't want to take care of or deal with, or solve things that you are not willing to understand or examine yourself. And it's the same thing with someone like me, who in this lifetime is a guide, a leader, a way shower, a teacher, whatever you want to call me is fine. But if I do it for you, then you're not going to discover your own keys. You're not going to discover your own magic. You're not going to discover your own wisdom. And it's already there. That's the thing, is we're not really learning so much as we are remembering in this lifetime. So a lifetime of remembrance is very different. So I understand why people get frustrated when I can't fix it for them or solve it for them or tell them the answer. I understand. I've been in that place a million times. Just fucking tell me and I'll do it. But that's not how it works. Because my answers, what I say all the time, my keys won't open your doors. My answers won't solve your problems, won't answer your questions. They might get you close. They might point you in the direction. And that's what I say is I can't open the door for you, but I can show you where it is. I can remind you of how to find the door. I can point you in that direction. I can help you build a door, but I can't do it for you because it's not my life to live. It's not my path to walk. The other side of that is understanding that the only person who has to really understand your choices and your beliefs is you. The only person that really has to feel good about your choices and your decisions is you. Now, certainly, if you have family and loved ones and people that rely on you and people that you're responsible for and accountable to, then yeah, you might also share with them what you're thinking. But ultimately, it only has to make sense to you. And if it doesn't make sense to other people, okay, well, it's not your path, girl. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not here to make sense of life for you. I'm here to make sense of life for myself. And if in the process I can share and help and inspire and guide and maybe show or direct people to their own understanding and their own solution of it, then that's fantastic. Then I have fucking had a day that is better than I could have expected, right? And I also know it's not up to me. It's not up to me. You know what I tell people, when you work with me, I can't guarantee you're going to get what you want. I can tell you you'll get what you need. And whether or not the things that you want and the things that you need are, the same or even remotely close to each other, again, that's not up to me. It's not up to me. I can't do that for you. And so I get it. I get it. Why people might be really, really frustrated when they can't find the answers and there's no one who can give them the answer. Then it wouldn't be your answer. So I think it's just important to acknowledge that while other people can be many things to us, they can't do it for us. They can't do it for us. You have to find it in your own way, in your own time. So that self-discovery, and really that's why we come, right? That's the whole point, I think, of this, is to remember. Because once you have the remembrance, once you make the connection, once it erupts and opens within you, then that connection is solid. Like, you can't unring that bell. Once that merging happens, you can't unmerge it. So it's a good thing if you find yourself frustrated. It's a good thing if you find yourself unwilling to accept no as an answer, or unwilling to take, the answer you've been sold as true, that so trust yourself. Trust yourself. And I think one of the hardest things that I had to accept stepping into this role of healer, teacher, guide, whatever you call me, there were a couple of things that really challenged me. Number one, it has nothing to do with me. Your life, your experience, your truth, your healing, your discovery, your integration, your ascension, it has nothing to do with me. And what I mean by that is, again, it doesn't, just like my path doesn't have to make sense to you, even as someone who is, seen as someone who can help you find answers or insight or guidance, your path doesn't have to make sense to me. And for a long, long time, that was really difficult for me because I thought that I had to understand it, right? I think, in my previous jobs in this life, I was a teacher when I was a makeup artist trainer. So I had to understand what I was teaching someone so that I could go through it at all levels, from super, super granular to meta, and be able to explain it at multiple levels to multiple types of people and multiple types of learners. So in other roles as a teacher, my understanding was required. That was a weird thing for me to step into this role and to receive insight or answers or guidance or imagery or visions or whatever that made no sense to me. And just reminding myself over and over, well, it doesn't have to make sense to you because it's not your message. So that was a big one for me to acknowledge. Another hard one for me to acknowledge was, I cannot be invested in your healing and your well-being. I cannot be invested in the experience that you have. And what I mean by that is, like I was sharing in an earlier episode, about my retail history and having worked in retail for all those decades, and worked at Nordstrom, which in the retail world was like the king of customer service. In that role, in that capacity, I had to be invested in my customers having a good experience. It was my job to do everything I could to make the customer happy. And that phrase in and of itself, I always find so interesting and ironic. Make you happy. I'm going to make you be fucking happy. If you're not fucking happy, then I haven't done my job. Like, what kind of perspective is it? Make me happy. Okay. Anyway, that was my job. So coming into this world where I can't be invested in your well-being, can you imagine the thousands of clients that I have seen over the past 10, 12 years? If I was energetically, emotionally, psychically, mentally invested in all of them, even half of them, I would be a fucking mess. There's no way I could even get anything done. So to create that healthy distance between myself and the client and their experience and what they're receiving, and understand that it's not my job. I can't control their experience. I can't control their outcome. I can't control what comes through for them, because if I'm trying to control, then I have an agenda. And if I have an agenda, then I'm not being empty. And to be empty is the only way that I can actually receive whatever you as an individual or a group may need. So the realization that, of course, I want you to be happy and healthy and well. Of course, I want for you the same things that I want for any living being: to be free, to be loved, to be safe, to be healthy, to have fettered and unrestricted access to the fundamentals that you need just to live, right? Of course, I want that for everybody. But it's not up to me whether or not everybody gets that. And I can't make you be or do anything. So it's a really, really interesting thing. And to continue that perspective, right, that neutral state where I can lovingly observe and be present and hold space for or witness or whatever, but I can't invest, I can't carry, I can't adopt, I can't, make it mine, I can't, try to off. It's just the realization that we can be a lot for other people. And we can do some things for other people. But ultimately, in terms of living the life that you came here to live, only you can do it. In terms of having the experiences that you came here to have, only you can experience them. In terms of coming here to receive the insight and the lessons and the wisdom that you came here to receive and all of that, only you can do that, because I don't know, right? Even I, who supposedly am able to see into these multidimensional, multiple layers of reality, and I can't answer your questions for you. I can give you little breadcrumbs, I can give you little nuggets, and you can follow them and see where they lead you. But I can't do it for you. And I understand the frustration of those who have come to me looking for me to do it for them, only to realize, sorry, babe, can't. And even if I could, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't. Why on earth would I want to live your life for you? That's not my life. So I think, this realization and I think how this is relevant, or what this potentially means kind of for all humans, it's what we are experiencing right now. We can watch these horrible, awful, chaotic, traumatic, violent, explosive, mind-shattering, horrifying thing. We can watch all of this stuff happening, but we can't do anything about stopping it, right? Or about preventing it. We can only take responsibility for our share of what we have contributed. We can only take responsibility for what it means for us. And just because you look out on the landscape and you see someone perhaps pointing their awareness and their love and their support in a direction that is different from yours, doesn't mean that they're also not doing good work. This is another thing I see, right? I see this a lot. Something happens on the global stage and everyone rushes to social media. Hashtag world peace. Oh, good thing, girl. That hashtag world peace solved a lot of problems, right? And so we feel satisfied that we have done something. We haven't really done anything, but we think that we have. And I understand the desire to help, the desire to be effective, the desire to assist and support and solve and all of that. But you can't affect things like that from the outside. You have to find your way in. And I understand that if you look out at the world and this thing is your number one issue and you don't see other people focusing on it in the way that you are, it's very easy to judge them and say, oh, well, they don't care. Oh, well, they're distracted. Oh, well, they care more about, reality TV than they do about reality or whatever. But you have no idea of knowing what that person is pointing themselves towards. You have no idea of knowing what is meaningful or valuable or what that person cares about or what they're doing to move the mark on their own experience. I think a lot of the anxiety and the depression and a lot of the mental illness that many of us are currently dealing with, either temporarily or chronically, has to do with the fact that we are over consuming information. not even 50 years ago, we lived in a world where you didn't know what was happening on the other side of the world 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Maybe you heard about it on the evening news. Maybe your neighbor talked to you about it. But for the most part, your life was limited to your city, your town, your community, your state, your country or whatever. And also, on the other side of that, we consume listen to this. Modern humans consume more content in a day, in a week, than our ancestors consumed in an entire lifetime. Our brain was not designed, like I've been saying, this is the reason that spirit individuates itself, because spirit cannot know everything simultaneously. It has to individuate and separate aspects of itself. So it has channels, right? Okay, what's happening on my human channel? What's happening on my bird channel? What's happening on my Pleiadian channel or whatever? So we are absorbing all of this information, and the body and the mind do not know how to assimilate it, and we don't give them time to assimilate it and integrate it and understand what it means. Then add all of that. On top of that, the societal pressure of you better be a good person, hashtag this, hashtag that, what the fuck? So it's important that we let this internal place, guide us to the things that we are here to focus on. Y'all can't save everybody. Nobody can. Y'all can't save everybody. Y'all can't help everybody. Y'all can't end everything and fix everything and heal everything and solve everything. So focus on the piece of the pie that you came here to understand, the piece of the puzzle that you came here to embody, and understand that other people are focusing on what they are here to focus on. And you can scream as loud as you want. Nobody's going to make a fucking lick of change until they're ready. It doesn't matter how angry you get. It doesn't matter how passionate you are. It doesn't matter how deeply you care, how many tears you cry. If someone else is not zeroed into that and not connected to that, if that is not a frequency that exists within them, that they're dialed into, it's going to be of no importance to them. You have to just let people come to what they come to of their own accord. And by the way, if y'all are so busy focusing on everybody else's life, then yours must be pretty fucking good, right? If you have this much time and this much awareness and this much energy, Karen, to stick your fucking nose into everybody else's pot, then your life must be the fucking platinum diamond universal standard, right? Hell no. You know it's not. So shut the fuck up and clean up your own corner. Shut the fuck up and make your own damn bed. All of these people who think that they can take care of their own unresolved issues by making sure everybody else is doing their work, right, girl? You are not the den mother of the universe. Calm the fuck down. Take care of your own business. And then once that is sorted, then you can decide where you want to focus your love, your energy, your magic, and your compassion. But don't for a second believe that just because someone else is saying, oh, well, I didn't see you doing this thing on your social media. I didn't see you with this hashtag. What are you doing to solve the world? Okay, please explain to me in 100 words or less what your fucking hashtag did to make any difference on anything other than tell your ego that it had done something important. So, ooh, I can go about my day because I'm a social justice warrior. Hashtag fuck you. Mind your own damn business. Mind your own damn business. And share it, like it, subscribe it. Right? That's what I'm doing. Like, I finally got to the point where I was like, you know what? Why am I so worried about what other people are saying or doing? I'm just going to do what I want to do. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I'm going to share the beliefs that I have. I'm going to share the opinions that I have. And if you like it, like, share, and subscribe. If you don't, bye. Hashtag bye. Hashtag bye, Karen. I don't know. What is my new hashtag pixie? Yeah, being a social media warrior is the easiest thing in the world. It really is. The only thing that's less impressive is being a fucking influencer. Oh, someone gave you some free fucking product and now all of a sudden it's your favorite thing in the world. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Do something that matters. Quit promoting disposable plastic shit that ends up in the landfill and uses child labor to produce their stuff. My God. It makes me crazy. I guess I'm fired up today. I had no idea that I was going to be offering so much fire today. Yet here we are. Yet here we are. So that's where I am today. I'm fired up. I'm feisty. I got it. It's the full bladder. You're right, Kenny. My body is like mad at me. That's what it is. I'm misinterpreting my bladder's aggression towards me. I don't know. I just think it's so silly. Oh yeah, Pixie, I started off the live by saying that I had a full bladder and it was going to be a game of chicken. Which is going to give out first, my mouth talking or my bladder saying I can't hold back anymore? So yeah, I don't know. I mean, why does this fire me up? Because I just see people caring about shit that doesn't matter. I see people arguing on fucking social media about Mariah and J-Lo. Do you think either one of those fucking bitches gives a shit about you? Like, it just blows my mind when I see, yes, hashtag aggressive bladder. I don't know. I think it's so silly. It's so silly, but people think the things that I talk about and care about are silly too. So, here I am telling people to mind their own business. And what do I do? Fucking Gladys Kravitz, sticking my nose in everybody else's shit. But, that's okay. Do as I say, not as I do. So I don't know what today's gathering was about. Just me being fiery and telling you to just get to minding your own fucking business and just stay in your lane. Do your thing. Do your thing. Like, I just don't care anymore about all of that. It's just so silly. And I laugh at myself. I laugh at myself when I see myself getting worked up and picking fights with people in the comment section on Instagram. Although my favorite passive aggressive way to release steam is to mark every single ad as spam on Instagram, every single one, even if it's an ad of someone that I know or a brand that I love. Even if I had ads on there, I would mark them as spam. I also love to tell the algorithm that I'm not interested in thing that I'm actually interested in. Like, this is my passive aggressive way of fucking with the technology bots. I don't know if there's actually people who review those ad reports. I hope that there is. I hope that I am wasting someone's fucking time working for Meta, whatever. So here's my advice for the day. Mark every ad on every social media platform that you have as spam. When it asks you if you like things and you do, say that you don't. When it asks you if you like things that you don't, say that you do. When it asks you for your demographic information, say that you were born in 1912, that you're gender neutral, and that you're a race that you are not. Like, really, let's just fuck with the algorithm. That's my favorite thing to do. You want to know, like, Amar's secret passive aggressive Virgo fantasies? That's one of them. I figure, hey, if y'all are fucking with my shit, selling my information, spying on my proprietary info, then I'm going to fuck with y'all. So come for me. Hashtag come for me, bitch. Okay, this is devolving rapidly. So maybe I will end this one while I am still ahead, where I haven't said something that I will regret. Yes, Susie, it is time to go to the bathroom. My bladder is winning officially. So, bladder 1, Amar 0. Here we go. Love you all. Love you all. Tomorrow we're on day 21. Officially 3 weeks. Tomorrow will be 9. We'll be counting down to the remaining 9 starting tomorrow. Love you. Mean it. Love your hair. Hope you win. Hashtag like, share, and subscribe. Links are below if you want to offer money. I always love money. If you want to buy my book on Amazon, Notes from the Higher Self by Amar. Thank you, everybody. And also leaving reviews. Thank you. I really appreciate that. If you haven't left a review, please do so. I think that's it. Follow me on Instagram so I can ignore you because I'm never on there. Okay. Love you all. Have a fabulous Monday. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.